Hello, beautiful viewers. How are you? This is Let's Create podcast. You are very welcome if you're stopping by for the very first time. Like, comment, share, subscribe. My name is Tina.
And my name is Austin. So, we thought of something to talk about, and at times it's so hard to think of these things. So, we just came up with something. I think it's creative in one way or the other. Is it creative or it's just something that
It's creating,
Yes.
it's informative, it's educating.
it's also
It has,
entertainment?
it has a
Yeah. So, I hope by the end of this episode, utakuwa you've laughed, you've picked some knowledge from left, right, center, and it'll just have some good time. Yeah.
Yeah, and also if you're feeling tagged in whatever we're about to say, it's good that you change because it's not good to waste someone and or daughter's life. I mean, they give you almost. I mean, even 1 year is too much.
Huh.
For wastage. Yeah.
So, if you're one of the people who are going to talk about in today's episode, you have to change, or I don't know.
Or if you're even having a perfect relationship, it's good that you watch out for these red flags because you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Someone can love you this minute, the next minute, he she is feeling like no, I need some change of environment or person.
Yeah, in simple terms, little things matter. So, today's episode is all about situationships. Situationships. What is your understanding of situationships?
It's a thing or a feeling. It's not a relationship. Number one. Number two,
Mm.
it is an improper relationship. I didn't want to put relationship there because to me it's a thing or a feeling. Because a relationship has to be mutual, it has to be respectful, it has to be nurturing. And if it's not, that's a situationship. Or okay, yeah, we know sometimes it's hard to get something that is perfect, but it can be imperfectly perfect. Yeah.
I think for me, situationship is an imagination of a relationship. Just imagining that you're in a
The
relationship.
castle.
Yeah. And the second one, it's a mimic of what a relationship is supposed to be.
Really?
A mimic. I mean, it's not the thing. It's just that.
Yeah, it's
So it's just that. I mean, it's like a wave. You know the wavelengths. They are the ones taught in physics and that stuff. So it's just like the wavelengths. So at times it's good, at times it's bad. You never know where it is. So here it is. We're talking about situationships, and if suppose someone was to ask you today, what is the first thing you see in someone or you see people doing that will make you say that this one is not a relationship, this one is a situationship?
The first thing for me is disregard for feelings. I mean, even as an individual, it is very wrong for you to not accept the way you're feeling or to just say that I'm feeling this and it's not okay. No, it's okay to not feel okay. So, a person you want to call a partner or a potential partner or a person you're calling a partner should be able to handle your feelings, whichever way you're feeling, without making you feel like how you're feeling is wrong.
Yep.
Because I mean, we're humans, we have feelings. And whatever you're feeling in a moment is always right, just how you handle it. And if your partner or your potential partner does not give you that space to feel the way you're feeling, that's a situationship.
So basically it's like for a relationship, it's a two-way thing.
Yeah, it's a two-way.
So it must come from your side and my side. So if it doesn't, that means then it's a situation where
Yeah.
okay, it's only me giving the attention and all that. Yeah. So and I also have this view that a situationship comes in when your partner, your supposed partner, isn't defending you or protecting you from some negative how do I call it? Just some negativity from around you, yeah. The negative energy from people,
Be it from his friends.
from family, friends, everywhere. I mean, how would you feel staying around someone who doesn't defend you from the negative energy from his family or her family, or someone who doesn't protect you when people say, people say a lot. So I feel like you will know that it's a situationship. One, I'll give you an example. You see, when you've gone to their place, and or maybe your parents have come to your place, then one of you cooked, and maybe the food wasn't that well cooked.
I think we gave that scene.
It's in the last episode, I think. So then, if that person doesn't really tell them, well, by the way, tell the parents that you know what is happening is I was the one who cooked it. If he doesn't do that or she doesn't do that, it will bring some thoughts in your mind. It'll be like, oh really? Are we really there? So that's just an example. So there are these little things that you may defend someone from, bit the negative energy from your family, friends, and all that.
Friends, I can give a scenario because there's this notion that I don't know if you talk how happy, but many people, mostly I'm not stereotyping, but mostly this goes for families in the UK, not even UK, even America, but the blacks more so. They tend to believe that your spouse is supposed to get along with your friends. I don't know where that notion came from because I believe that a relationship can thrive when your spouse doesn't get along with your friends. Even let alone even knowing them.
That kind of relationship should be private. Something,
Not even
it should be private, whereby it's only you and you who know what is happening there, not your friends. No, people usually mistake secrecy and privacy.
so secrecy lying there.
Yeah, so the privacy part is now okay, I'm not saying that knowing my friends is bad, but there's that level of kuzoyana with the friends that isn't good. And so they start making negative comments about you, and I can't defend you as your partner.
And
like,
just stay there.
I'm just there. And it matters worse. Some people also support their friends with their family, and they're like, yeah, whatever the person is saying is true. And you're like, really? See,
They don't even have to talk or even support them, but silence.
yeah. So what's just the sort of things? It's a situation.
It's a situationship because it means that when you guys go ahead to make it official that you're married, that you're engaged, like when anything comes your way from his side of social status or friend circle, whatever, it means that he won't stand with you. You'll be there alone for yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas, okay, people are chasing the bag, but the gunia is moving. So next is when you're in a situationship when your partner or potential partner wants you to leave your circle of friends. Yeah. So for me that is a no-go zone. Like a person who wants for you to cut off your social circles and social connections simply because he wants to make it official with you or he or she, it's not good because it gives.
I mean, what would you tell me to stop hanging out with my friends? I mean, some people have grown up with them, so why will that? The only thing I think you should do is just tell me limit the time that I spend with my friends. Don't tell me to stop.
I don't think there should be anything called limits. There should just be a coexistence.
No, the limit part is that I don't give them 100% attention. I don't do the they say. Yeah, it comes there. So just limit once we start dating or once we are married, there are things that will change. How I spend time is not the way it is when I was a bachelor at a spinster. Get? So it doesn't necessarily mean that when you are in a serious relationship, you change everything. Just limit how you hang out with your friends. But don't tell me to stop seeing them. I mean, I'll be like,
but the conversation of limiting should come in before people make it official or even serious, so that isipeane bad vibes. I think this is a conversation that people should have. And if we don't have these conversations, we will start thinking that people are not fair.
But then, okay, yeah, it makes sense. And to me, I also think that when it comes to the friendship part, for it to qualify to be a situationship, you want to control who I hang out with.
Yeah.
That is a situation.
So where you hang out.
Yeah.
I think checking up on your person is not wrong, but when you're doing it,
overdoing
without micromanaging, it comes.
Yeah, so we can have limits when it comes to friends, but don't control everything. The boundaries and the limits are so important. But it scale a point whereby you now want to tell me what to do and what not to do without reasons. I usually say, give me a reason as to why I'm not supposed to do something. The same way our parents, some of our parents used to give us reasons as to why this is bad. Some of them didn't. And when they don't, we want to try it.
It only makes you
Exactly. So yeah, I mean,
give us the next story.
and another, if you want to know that you're in a situationship, these are the people who don't want you to succeed. These are the people who don't want you to shine. I mean,
I wouldn't say succeed. Yeah, they don't want you to succeed, but then they want to steal your shine and take credit.
it's also a point. It's everything. It's there. It's in there. They don't want you to shine. They don't want you to be a better person. I mean, why would you stay with someone who doesn't want you to do things on your own? Always wants to control what you do. And maybe when he or she sees you being successful, they want to take credit for everything. Why would you be in a relationship with someone? And I usually hate people who say, if it were not me. I mean, are you God? I mean, it's God who enabled the
Not even God. I mean, we all play a role in other people's processes, but let us let people shine. I mean, okay, you did it.
The Swahili say, "Tenda wema nenda zako." Just do it and go your way. Forget about what you did.
That's a red flag.
Yeah. So a situationship comes in whereby I want to be at the center of everything that is yours, not mine. I want to control everything you do. I don't want you to shine on your own. I mean, I want to take credit on everything that you're doing. At some point, I'll feel like, Sinikwachi, do it alone. Why would you want to control everything I do? Why would you want to shine? No, and this, I have a problem. I have a problem with these couples that are married. Then you tell your wife, you stay at home, I'll provide everything. That is a situationship, because it comes from the friendship, relationship, marriage to a situationship. Now it's like the wife can't. And remember, the wife has a degree, or a master's or a PhD, and you're there at home because someone said, "Don't go and work. I will do it for you." Alafu kama dharau comes in.
Being a housewife, sleeping all day, reading books, and waiting for someone to bring food to the table. So there's nothing nice about that. And if you think that that's the soft life, then I think you're mistaken, because I feel like we need to redefine our preferences.
Exactly. So there's an episode that was said, put yourself first.
Yeah.
Put yourself first. This thing of, oh, I'm in a relationship and the person doesn't want me to do this, do that. No, that is not a relationship.
And I feel like nowadays there's nothing we can do, or a lady can do, when she is married and she's told stay home or we divorce. I feel like kuna contract tunafaa kuwa na sign that when we get married, maybe I will retain my job, if not something else. Because I feel like,
but that is
it's a conversation. Yes,
it can be a conversation that you have. I mean, even if, let's just say, let's have that conversation before we get married, and we agree. As for me, I usually say, I would let my wife stay at home.
But not all men are the same.
Yeah, so I'm saying we should talk before we get into that commitment. Let's just tell ourselves, by the way, you go work. Because my understanding is, one day I might die. My wife remains behind. And maybe my family wants to take everything that I worked for. Will she remain without anything? I mean, if she was used to sitting at home, how will she go about doing her things? So it's a matter of, stop controlling this. What's our to? What's our to shine? Just let people shine. And you can avoid such situations. I mean,
so let's not skip that conversation.
Have it
before commitment.
Yeah.
And also, it's a matter of loyalty to whatever thing you people decide. Like, okay, you will work for 5 years, but after 5 years, unakaa home. If that's the agreement, it's loyalty.
Why
But as well, me, I'm not supporting housewives. But as for me, I feel like there should be freedom to compromise.
Yeah.
And if I feel like I want to sacrifice that, then let it be.
Let me just tell you the truth. Ladies, if you really want to retain your man, please go work. Nowadays, men don't want people.
When you're on a car, that's why when you become a housewife, because there is 90.
The example that I gave,
cheating.
Yeah, the example that I gave should be a motivation to so many people. I mean, your husband dies, then you're there. You've never worked in your life. You only depended on whatever he was bringing at home. Then familia yake comes and takes everything, including your children. Does it mean that your life stops? Or maybe you took your children to good schools. Now the money is not there. The family has taken everything. You're there stranded with the children. No way out of the situation. Please just go work. Yeah, go work.
Yes, so that was your point.
And that was my point.
Okay, my point is when they only look for you when they need something, either money, either fame, either intercourse, whatever, name it. If they look for you when they only need something, that's a situationship, because I feel like we should always be there for each other.
True.
Whether it's day or night, whether it's bumpy or smooth, whether we are good, whether we are bad. I mean, it's every step of the way. So if they only look for you and they need something, that's a situationship.
Okay, you see, I usually tell my friends and I tell young people, oh, the people who are younger than me, I'm also young, but the people who are younger than me, when you get into a relationship, always be there for that person. Because you don't know what is your purpose in their life. You don't know why you are allowed to be in their lives.
You be there for them.
Yeah, don't start whenever you want them is when you're showing up. Be there through thick and thin. Just like the way they usually say in marriage, stay there. But at times it doesn't make sense to me in marriage. That is a conversation for another day. So I feel like you shouldn't use people to gain fame, to gain credit. I mean, if we are in a relationship, let's build each other. Let me not use you to build my image.
And in as much as we admire people who are more successful than us, this goes for ladies mostly. I mean, we always have this notion that I want to get married to a financially stable man who has money. Yeah, akilala pesa can work for him. He provides for me from A to Z. And ukiangalia vizuri, I don't love this guy. I'm just there for the money. That is selfish gain, and that's a situationship. And it means that if someone was to take a bullet for someone in that relationship, the guy
with the person is providing.
Yeah.
Not the person who is dependent.
Yeah, so if you can't take a bullet for someone, then that's a,
But hey, you're not saying the real bullet, no? Someone might interpret it that.
No, it's about something bad.
Just being there for them when they really need you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another thing that I usually consider as a situationship is not considering someone's opinion. When you're dating, when you're married, your opinion as my partner really matters. I don't make decisions alone. Yeah, there's a point that I'll make a decision alone, but most of the decisions that I'll be making, I must come and consult you. And it works so much in marriages, whereby the husband and the wife need to sit down and they gather their opinions. Then they see, okay, this is what you say, this is what I said.
It doesn't only apply for marriages, any kind of commitment.
Yeah.
As long as there's a common goal towards something.
So if they lack that respect of someone else's opinion, just know that it's a situationship that you're in. A relationship, you must talk, you must disagree to agree in order to come up with an amicable solution to whatever problem you have. But once you see that the person does not want to involve you in making decisions, why are you staying there? That is not a relationship. You're just there because of something. It's a situationship. Maybe something led you there, then it is. So make sure that when you're there, you share opinions. Yeah.
I mean, it's so meaningful for someone to ask you, how do we do this? I mean, you have all the powers to make a decision. Why did you just make it? That person came to ask you. It means a lot. So if someone is not asking you how to do something, as long as you're involved, as long as your money, your presence, or anything, as much as it concerns you, involves you, and they don't involve you, that's a situationship.
But when they come and also ask you, what do you think? It shows how much you really mean to them and how they value you.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go to someone who I don't value and ask them for my opinion. But if I come to you and ask you, by the way, what do you think about this? That shows you there's a respect that I have for you. There's that appreciation I have when it comes to you.
I mean, everything translates to something.
Yeah.
So my next point is if they never want to be held accountable for anything.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, for us, for everyone, if someone cannot explain themselves, Okay, people take vulnerability as a form of weakness, not thinking that it's a strength actually, that someone has decided to open up themselves to you and show you who they really are. So if you are vulnerable to someone and they take it for granted, that is a situationship. I'll give an example. Um, we agreed. We agreed that we will be going to we'll be going for shopping on the weekend. Then you decide to go and chill out with the boys. Then I call you and I ask you, where are you? You tell me, I'm hanging out with the boys. Is there anything wrong with that? And I say, no. Clearly, you disregarded my feelings. Clearly, you disregarded everything we planned. And in as much as you're doing something that is not wrong, I mean, hanging out with the boys is not wrong, or your friends, or whatever you're doing. It's about being held accountable. Can you say sorry for something you did? If that person cannot tell you sorry for something they did, I feel like that's a situationship, because it means that they will never accept that they've done something wrong, or they've done something that needs any form of kutubu. I don't know. Kutubu is so Christianish. I'm thinking about repenting is too strong. I'm not about if they can't come and tell you I did this, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Yeah, exactly. If they're not remorseful for anything they did, that is a situationship. And I don't think anyone wants to be in that kind of space, because it will make you feel like you're nothing.
Think.
It reduces.
I think I understand your point as misguided priorities.
Oh, yeah.
Misappropriated priorities.
But they still don't want to be held accountable. You did this.
You know very well that I did something wrong, but your priorities are elsewhere. I don't want to apologize. Man,
that's another point. I think it can count as another point in it.
It's okay, but if you can't be held accountable for whatever you did, it means that your priorities are somewhere else. Just like you gave your example that we had planned to do something, then I go out and do other things. I mean, you'll feel bad. It's like I don't value whatever you said. I don't value what we have together. Then I, instead of even telling you, oh, by the way, sorry, it's this and that, I start telling you, is there a problem? Oh, no one's a come Kali for what reason? Think people should have priorities. And please, when you have priorities, have guided priorities and appropriate priorities, not misguided and misappropriated priorities. Because this is where now someone starts feeling like, are we really dating? Don't lead someone's daughter or someone's son into that situation and bring the situationship. But I feel like we can do better. Another thing that I see as being in a situationship is when it comes to telling me what may have happened in your past, or I mean, keeping secrets away, keeping secrets from me. That's a situationship. Once we are dating, just tell me, by the way, my past is this one, that. There's nothing but you opening up. When you open up, you know whether I love you for who you are, or I was just there because of wavelengths and all that I was saying at the beginning.
The adrenaline.
Yeah. I mean, tell me, this is my past. Just give me information about it. There's nothing as painful as someone finding out something about you from someone else that after a whole year of dating or after a whole year in marriage. I mean, you could have said the pain and told me, Mapema, that, by the way, Mimi, it's this way and that way. X and Z happened, and so B came, or F, I don't know, all that.
Okay, it's I think we talked about it in the previous episode where we talked about the difficult conversation.
The other one.
That sound
13th one. No, the 12th.
Secrets are like trash. Trash can't stay in the house. They will always find a way of going out. And your partner or your potential partner is supposed to love all the trash that is being taken out. And for you to be in a space where you want to commit, you have to tell the person that this is me from A to Z, in between the Z and the M and the Q, everything. Because they have to love all of you. so that when something happens in future or when something is to happen, they know how to handle.
Exactly.
They know how to go about everything. They will say that, okay, this happened in your past. I don't want to be the repeat of what happened to you. And if you don't open up about these things, you will be giving them trauma. It's a form of trauma.
Open up and tell them it's this way, it's that way. Don't hide this. Well, just the way I say, there's nothing as painful as coming to know something about someone who you've been dating or been married to for 1 year.
No matter how little it is,
Like this little, but
it will.
the impact that it creates in your heart. I mean,
Wait.
talk about it. Situationships is like on a relationship.
One have to skill show
I don't know.
because you're always like, mbona uko niambia?
The beauty of a relationship is having fights on very simple and petty things. That is the beauty of a relationship. If a relationship doesn't have these petty issues, that is a situationship. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So what's your next point? I think it's a point.
2 points, 2 consecutive points. That is serious. Another thing is, I've even thought of it. Education.
Education.
I mean, if someone if someone only wants to be with you because, I mean, how do you call it? I want to bring it in a way that it will sound like a situationship. See, you've been with someone. Not education doesn't necessarily mean. I don't want to say the class education alone, even the life education. You know, there's some people who are skillful outside here.
And let's say orientation. Yeah.
Okay, that one, orientation. So, someone wants to be with you because of the skills that you have. Someone wants to be with you because of whatever knowledge you have. I mean, why would you be with me? Actually, you want to date me because... And this one happens in group discussions in campus. Whereby, I want to stay in someone's group because of this. Then, we start having that lust feeling. It's not even love. And you're like, oh, Najwa, I love Nani and all that.
That's a preference someone has.
But it also brings to that the other person might have developed feelings, right? But because of it's that you want to gain, it brings us back to that point that you said of gaining things from that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now I want to be with you because of your knowledge. I want to be with you because of your skills and all that. But at some point, I'll be developing feelings. Then kumbe, you're not even interested in me. So it brings that situation whereby najipata mwenyewe. Oh, kumbe nilikuwa peke yangu in all this. This guy only wanted, and you'll find out it comes out clearly when you've graduated. You lose the contacts, no communication, no nothing. I hope that
it will be hurtful for me to realize that someone is only with me for 5 years simply because I studied journalism.
Is
that supposed to be a plus?
I hope my point will be understood by someone. It was so complicated. I hope you've understood.
It looks so simple, honestly. It's so simple.
But I've struggled in explaining it. So I hope it gets
sales. So I think this is my last point. If they always forget your special days, I mean, what kind of man forgets your birthday? Forgets
No, why is it men alone? Why is it men?
Even ladies. I mean, okay.
Both.
Even ladies. But me, I'm speaking from my own perspective. Because I feel like if you mean a lot to a person, they will never forget his special days. Hata kama amesahau, atakumbuka. Hata kama ni saa sita, they're like, oh, today is Nani's due, what.
But why would you forget such important dates? I mean...
Because they're out of sight, out of mind. It means you just are passing wind to them.
Okay.
That's a red flag that many people don't usually. In as much as you can give an excuse, oh, I forgot, oh, I was busy. Is it too hard for you to put a reminder on your phone?
This people who think that remembering your birthday or our anniversary is a petty thing. It's not petty. In a relationship, it's very important.
For me, it has happened. I forgot, but it was hours later, and I was like...
It shows the level of respect that is there, and it also shows how much you value these people. So if you just start forgetting, you're that you've been dating someone for 2 years and you ask the person, when did we start dating or when did we get married? And the person is like, um, hey, that's a situation. I mean,
A human brain is built in a way that, okay, it is constituted because hatujengi mawe kwa vichwa we created. The brain is set to remember the most important things. If I had a heartbreak today, I'll never forget today is date. What? 7 or 6? Today is
that is a weird.
yeah, if I had a heartbreak, I will never forget. Nani broke my heart on October 6th.
No. In fact, if we break up, factory reset my brain, forget everything.
No, I'll tell you never.
No, we're not sure. Let me just be honest. Let me just be honest. According to me, I'll forget very easily because I don't want to be led into depression. I don't want to start doing drugs.
It doesn't mean depression. Oh, it means that
As a thing,
that person meant a lot to you.
yeah, and that's why I want to forget it as quick as possible.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't want to. You know, too. The things, if they're not meant to be, they will never be. If someone hurt you, okay, it might take time for you to forget about it, but just try, because it means if you don't forget about it, your life doesn't continue. Because every time you will cry,
Wow.
using tissues, wasting your energy in crying, go build a relation, Bana.
So I think we forgot an important point is that when they ghost you and things go bad, ghosting is a sign of immaturity. Going MIA. When something happens, then they just vanish, they come back like nothing happened. That's wrong. Because in a relationship, you should be ready to talk about everything and anything.
Yep.
No matter how wrong it is, you should set things straight. You did this, I did this, I was responsible for this, you're responsible. It is not a blame game, but I think it sets the tone for
Yeah. So
moving on.
we were talking about something, them using you. There's something we actually forget, and I want to talk about it. Let me look at the camera.
For rituals.
Rituals. There's people. There's people who just want to use you for rituals. I don't know what type of rituals and cults they
Are
want.
you sure for you to be used for a ritual, you shouldn't be dead? Because I feel like they mostly use so.
I listened to something some days back. The blood thing. You know, I can just decide and cut you, take your blood, then I start using anything I want to do with that blood, and you'll just follow me whatever I say. And
That is
there's
blood
this
magic.
other one. There's this other one. I had it, and I was a bit surprised. Period blood. That you get a lady gets the period blood, puts it in or the pod, takes it and puts it in a bottle. Then she starts performing some very funny things with candles and praying and then calling your name. Then whatever she says about you, you'll start doing it. I mean, it doesn't only mean that it's ladies alone who would do this. Even men. They just mean that, I mean, yes, I've watched a lot of Nigerian movies and when I was young. But hey, the people will start using you for rituals and all that, and these cultic things.
Yes, I mean, be careful.
Yeah, just be careful. And if you start seeing someone, you just, it's kuna wale, when you see someone hakili haifanyi, even if you're in love, there's that level that you just understand, apana, this is too much, reduce it. But when you start noticing that you're overdoing it, and your friends are even complaining, yeah, my friend, kwani, just ask yourself, what's happening? Me ukinifanyia hivyo and I know.
It takes the grace of God. It's important.
Hallelujah.
I feel like God is the only person who can help human beings. Because who is a human being, the heart will always be the same. The purpose for this episode is for you to realize that you're in a situation.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling tagged, I mean, you shouldn't make people's sons and daughters to be working so hard in lab. You should be resting. Rest.
I mean, I want to apologize to everyone who is a victim of situationships. On behalf of this
Character development.
on behalf of this people who have put you into that situation, I'm sorry. And
Yeah, but it's thanks.
this episode is for you. Episode is for you. Please, I beg, walk away from such things. There's no need for you to waste your energy, your feelings, your heart, your tears for someone who does not love you. Please walk away. Achana now. And for you people who are doing this, please, our sisters are crying, our brothers are crying. Some of them are even committing suicide because of you. Oh, turning now. All these people have brighter futures, and you're wasting them just because. I mean, situationship, really?
I mean, I'm not begging you. I'm just telling you a point.
No, it's a polite warning.
It's a polite word.
This is the first time. The second time, I will laugh with you. I mean,
Karma is I don't want to say that word.
I hate it.
You hate it.
I hate that word that you don't want to say. And she knows.
Yes, how we appreciate you watching this episode. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Our social media handles on Instagram, it's Let's Cook.
It's good. Recently changed from an ion underscore C.
Ostina. TikTok, it is Ostina underscore 254. YouTube, as you see it on your screen. We appreciate you watching. We also, Spotify will send you over there to listen to our audios, and we appreciate your viewership.
But thank you for the 110 subscribers on YouTube. We really appreciate your support. You're the reason as to why we keep on shooting these videos. Thank you very much. God bless you. See you on the next episode. Bye.